For highway cruising, the MT-10 can't be beat by the R1M at least, because this bike, as you can see, has cruise control. So this will be my first ride on this bike since Zach has installed these amazing parts on this beast. Let's see how it compares to the MT-10. That's one thing about these super sport motorcycles, is they almost egg you on to ride them very frisky. Oh, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here. As you can see today, I'm on my beautiful Yamaha MT-10, but I'm on my way to Sills to pick up my 2018 Yamaha R1M, and I want to kind of compare the two motorcycles and see which one is the better bike. Well, I know that's a pretty tough question to answer. They're both similar but very different motorcycles indeed, but I'm going to take them both for a little cruise and kind of give you my opinion on the two awesome motorcycles. Now, the R1M, definitely an amazing super sport motorcycle in its own right. The MT-10 is a really phenomenal super naked motorcycle too. So we'll see which one happens to be my favorite motorcycle. It's a pretty decent day here in filthy Cleveland. 55 degrees here on March 13th. You can't beat that. For this time of year, we had some serious rainfall recently that washed away all of the filthy salt and brine that was scattered about these roadways. But I'm eagerly awaiting receiving two new motorcycles this year. The Ducati V4R, which is what I sold my 2018 Ducati V4 Speciale for, and the all-new BMW S1000RR. The first time that bike has had a complete makeover in its 10-year history. I think it was well overdue. And I, for one, love the new headlights, full light-emitting diode, and they're symmetric, meaning they are the same on both sides. I like that. I mean, they could have gone either way. Asymmetrical or symmetric, either way works for me. I think that a lot of people I've seen in various comments on the World Wide Web are a little bit disappointed that the headlights are the same, but it doesn't really matter to me. They both look great. I mean, I admit, the way that they were previously was very unique to the S1000RR and to a super sport motorcycle. You hadn't seen anyone else do that for their super sports. And during the 10 years that the motorcycle was out, no one copied that either, for whatever reason. But change is good, right? As you can see, there's still plenty of snow there at Brandywine. I don't see anybody. You guys probably can't. Oh yeah, there's one chap right over there going down the slopes, and there's a few more lads back there. Okay. So there are some people taking advantage of skiing on a 55-degree day, thus lessening the chance of their fingers and toes getting frostbitten and having to be surgically removed. Most excellent. I love cruising down this road at a high rate of speed. As you can see, the potholes are much less, but there are lots of police officers scattered about. There's usually a young police officer sitting right here, browsing the internet on his phone with his radar activated, waiting for it to make beeping, audible sounds, alerting him that someone's speeding, and then he'll give chase. So we're about to kick off the exciting 2019 motorcycle riding season. I know that a few of you had to deal with some of my recent uploads who are just basically new bike build series videos, because that's all I had. I had ran out of footage pretty much. I usually hoard a lot of footage throughout from the summertime months, and I hoard them and use them to release during winter, but I literally ran out. And I think that's because I'm now uploading 3 times a week, whereas last year it was just 2 times. So I'm going to make sure that I don't run out again next winter. I'm going to hoard lots and lots and lots of content. For highway cruising, the MT-10 can't be beat by the R1M at least, because this bike, as you can see, has cruise control. So that's one notch scored for the MT-10, the master of torque 10 over the R1M. The fact that I'm able to cruise down on the highway with my hand off the throttle is pretty cool indeed. Has an auto blipper by Translogic, which works great, works as if it were an OEM product. The 2018 R1M has a standard auto blipper. They both have quick shift, so that's pretty cool. The suspension on the MT-10 is pretty plush, absorbs the bumps really nicely, and I also have a comfort seat installed on this bike, so when I go over the bumps I really don't feel much of anything actually. I just love my Alpinestars Tech Air suit with its Tech Air vest inserted. It's pretty cool. Love the lights. Love the fact that I've got added safety in case something happens. I've got airbags to protect my upper body. That's nice. And what's the beauty of these airbags is that they can deploy up to 3 times before you have to send them back to Alpinestars to have them repacked. So they're not a single-use application. But back to the feeling of the MT-10, there is a lot of torque. You definitely feel that with this motorcycle from its reworked R1 engine. So this will be my first ride on this bike since Zach has installed these amazing parts on this beast. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see how it compares to the MT-10. And now we have these cool buttons to start the beast. Sounds great. This bike is that it's pretty much a brand new motorcycle. It's got new brakes, new tires, new chain, sprockets. Everything's really new, so I have to take it easy for the first 50 miles or so. But the one thing I can instantly tell you is obvious. The seating position between the MT-10 and the R1M, very different. This is much more of an aggressive, hunched over, race-inspired riding position indeed. It's not that uncomfortable for a super sport motorcycle, but then again, it really can't compare to a super naked on the level of comfort. Woo! But what you do get are all those nice crackles and pops from the exhaust, and very tall gearing. Whoa! And super responsive. I love all the crackling and popping. Transmission super smooth. Quick shift totally effortless. Wow. One thing I'll tell you, as you saw, I haven't gone very far. I'm only in 4th gear. But this bike is a lot more thrilling and fun to ride than the MT-10. So far. Just wait till I get away from this filthy traffic and can really do something. about these super sport motorcycles is they almost egg you on to ride them very frisky. They almost compel you to do that because you're hunched over, you're in a race position, and you got all this power at your tips, fingertips. As soon as you pull the throttle back, the damn thing just goes. Whenever I get on my super sport motorcycles, I just feel like I'm Smokey and the Bandit. It's definitely a much more firm suspension on the R1M compared to the MT-10. Still nice and smooth. Absorbs the bumps pretty nicely, considering that this is not even supposed to experience bumps on a track environment, so you can't complain. But the throttle on this motorcycle is so silky smooth. Thanks in part to my good buddy Nick Marino from X-Plane R1 Custom Tuning. Did a fantastic job flashing the ECU on this motorcycle, and he's going to flash it again after we install some more parts onto it. This is one of my first times riding a motorcycle with a quarter throttle, and that feels great too. It takes a lot less effort to kind of bring it up to speed with this quarter throttle. But really, what it boils down to, it's a personal preference. You know, it comes down to, do you like a super sport type motorcycle or a super naked motorcycle? For me, I think my decision would be both. I like having variety. And I can't wait to experience this motorcycle on the track. That's going to be pretty outstanding. Because the way this thing performs right now on the filthy streets, I know it's going to be absolutely stellar at the track. The cracks, the pops. Crazy. Sounds really great on this motorcycle. So what's my pick between the MT-10 and the Yamaha R1M? You probably saw this coming, but before I tell you that, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're currently a subscriber, make sure you tap that bell so you can be notified when new content is uploaded. But back to the bike. You probably guessed it. My pick between these two amazing motorcycles is both. Yeah. If you could, keep both. Because the MT-10 is great for highway cruising, canyon roads, really comfortable bike. You can put saddlebags on it and stuff like that and haul stuff around in it. That's great. And the R1M obviously is great for the track. And I absolutely love my 2015 R1M, which is done up very similar to this motorcycle. On the track, the bike is phenomenal. So if you could, I would recommend get both of these fine machines and add them to your collection. Because you won't be sad about that. You'll enjoy riding both bikes for different purposes and even for similar purposes. Trust me, you'll love it. Alright folks, hope you enjoyed the video. As this weather improves, we're going to definitely do more riding, fun events and stuff like that coming soon to the YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. We'll catch you next time folks on the 650E YouTube channel.